Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and actually welcome to update 28.1. So this is the new update. It came out a few days ago I believe now, and it's the My Eyes to Space Goggles Do Nothing update. So as we can see here, this update has some visual changes going on. If we look here, the realistic object visibility setting now shows objects fading in and out with adjusted colours tuned to what the human eye would see. Check out our object visibility guide for more realistic brightness, as well as the new default enhanced visibility setting. Smoother habitable zones. The habitable zone now has a smooth transition for all stars of all luminosities, including very hot bright stars like Rigel. Check it out under view and habitable. And then more highlights: simulation of the the BepiColombo spacecraft flyby of Mercury in October 2021, so we'll definitely be checking that out. I believe they've also added the probe as an object that we can mess around with now as well. And then there's also open guides and workshop panels can now be pinned open for easier browsing. And then also collision detection has been further improved. But before we get into playing around with the update as well, there's just a few other things they've changed a few things in the menus. They've just cleaned a few things up. With the appearance tab, I believe it was, so they've just better clarity and visibility. New content, obviously we've got this new simulation to check out as well. And then onto simulations, it just says realistic simulation of object brightness when the camera is close or at a distance has been improved. Is controlled by settings, brightness filter, and object visibility in the view panel settings. With brightness filter set to human eye, object brightness would be exaggerated at close distances to simulate how a human eye would react to extreme light. When object visibility is set to realistic, stars will dim and fade completely at a realistic distance. So that's that should be pretty interesting. But then other than that, it's just mainly bug fixes and stuff. So we'll just get right onto it. So let's go ahead and close that down. So if we go into view here, so here we go. So it's we're at lighting. So studio, flashlight, directional light, surface illumination. And if we look at object visibility, this is the new option here. So all hue objects have a minimum perceived size, so they can be visible at any distance. So there's also realistic, and then also go back to enhanced. So you can see all of the asteroids here. When we go to realistic, they all disappear. So the asteroid belt isn't obviously visible no more with this new option, which is quite cool. And also look at the sun as well. As you zoom out from the sun, you can start to see, look how dim the sun gets. But if we go back to the enhanced, that's how the game's always been. So the realistic's a new little option. It kind of makes things more interesting. So one thing we need to do as well is we need to view the sun from all of the planets and do a before and after comparison. I think that'd be pretty cool. And also the colour of the sun, I want to say that looks slightly different. I think that's just due to the settings. So let's go ahead, realistic, enhanced. Yes, look, if you look carefully, the sun is slightly brighter with realistic. I like that. I think that's quite cool. Right, before we get onto that, we're going to go to the new simulation here. So we're going to check out the new probe around Mercury, out of all planets as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Got more Mercury action going on, because obviously Mercury's a planet we haven't. I mean, it's in the inner solar system, but we haven't really done much there, have we? Compared to obviously Venus and Mars. So here we are. So here he is, the flyby of Mercury in 2021 of October. So here we are. Okay, so the BepiColombo spacecraft was launched on October 20th, 2018 to study Mercury's surface activity, composition, and magnetic field. It is expected to arrive at Mercury in 2025. Okay. So on October the 1st, 2021, BepiColombo performed the first of 6 planned flybys of Mercury. This first pass brought the probe within 199 kilometers of Mercury's surface, taking spectacular images of the planet. That's really cool. The next flyby of Mercury is scheduled for June the 23rd, 2022. This model is used as a generic satellite and not the indicative of the actual spacecraft. Okay, so the reason why they do this, as far as I know, is because if you just approach Mercury on one flyby, I think you're just going to slingshot past it because you've got too much speed. I think you have to pass Mercury a couple of times. So in this case, it was 6 times. So the probe can slow down enough to stay in orbit. I think that's why they do it. Let me know in the comments if it's something different. But I believe that that's the reason they do it. So yeah, if they launched the probe and it just went straight to Mercury, I think it would get too much of a slingshot effect and it wouldn't be able to settle down in its orbit. But if you have occasional flybys and obviously around the sun like this, the probe would slow down enough to eventually stay within the Mercury area. So that's why it's going to properly be there in 2026, although it's already done a flyby. So I think that's the reason why it does it. But yeah, let me know if anything is different and if that is how or how not it works. But yeah, let me know there. But yeah, that is that has the probe actually. Is this the new probe that we can access? Yes, it is. Okay, so here is the new object. So if we just slow it down here you go. So this is obviously new object added to the game, because yeah, this wasn't viewed before. So it's got some pretty interesting shape probe actually. Obviously, if we have a little comparison, we'll compare it to the Voyagers, the Juno, Cassini. We'll compare it to all of those and just see sort of how this probe fares up size-wise compared to some of our obviously favourite probes. So it'd be nice if the menu come on menu, bit laggy. Right, okay. So human objects. Okay, so where are we? So satellite. Is that okay? So they just named it satellite. Okay, so if we compare it to Voyager 1, you can see here Voyager 1. This thing's quite big. By the looks of Cassini. So this thing is huge. Voyager 2, Parker space probe. That's obviously for the sun. Juno, even bigger than Juno. Man, is this how big the thing actually is? I think that's they made that larger because I'm just trying to spawn it in now. So I think that size is wrong. There you go. That's how big it actually is. I was going to say, that thing is huge. There's no way it's that big. So yeah, this is how big it actually is. So we'll just go in a fresh simulation and just do that again. So we'll try and get things to work out properly this time. So where are I? So objects. So we've got the new satellites. That's our new Mercury probe. So we're just going to pause, spawn it in. So we've got that one. We have got Parker space probe there. Cassini, obviously even bigger. Voyager 2. They're obviously the same as Voyager 1, so we don't need to spawn that into Juno. New Horizons as well. We'll throw the third stage of Saturn V in there as well. So now if we get a full lineup of all the probes. So Juno's the largest. Then you've got Saturn V there. Voyager 2. Cassini. Parker. New Horizons. And then you've got the brand new little Mercury satellite. Oh, it's the little smallest one. Hey. Is it actually that big though? Yes. 52 centimetres? Really? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But, I mean, it's pretty small compared to all the other guys there. So, I'm assuming that's correct. But, yeah, let me know if that is wrong. But, yeah, there you are. Nice. Okay, so there's all of the probes. But now moving on to, I think, what the main feature of this update is going to be. And that is, obviously, we'll go to the custom solar system. Why not? So, we'll go to just name. So, we'll go in here. We'll go to the enhanced one. Why not? Okay, so, we're going to go all the way down to Mercury to begin with. So let's head there. Yep, Mercury. Okay. Alright, so turn all of this off. Okay, so now we're going to look at the sun from Mercury's distance. Okay, so we got here. Then we go to Tools. Is it View, sorry, Enhanced, and Realistic. So obviously for Mercury, pretty close. I mean, there's not really any difference there. Because Mercury's obviously the closest planet, so there's not really going to be much difference in the lighting. So if we have a little look around on the surface of Mercury, Realistic and Enhanced. What does always do? Oh, I think that just lights the whole thing up. So enhanced and then realistic. Okay, so there we go. I don't think we're probably going to notice much until we get to the outer solar system. It's probably my guess, but we'll have to just wait and see on that. Then we have Venus. So we'll head there next. So if we look around, we'll do sort of two views of it. So there we are. So realistic, enhanced. So yeah, not really any difference with the sunlight there either. Obviously, you're going to get the same sort of effect if you go down to the surface. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't even normally see the sun from the surface of Venus, but yeah, there you are. So realistic and enhanced. So the only things that are disappearing are these outer. So you just, yeah, the other planets are just vanishing from view. So there you go. So there is Venus. I mean, I think it's going to be the same story with Earth. So next object out. So all the way down to Earth. Just land in America here somewhere. Have a nice look around. All right, look into the sky. So the sun. There you go. Enhanced. Realistic, so again, yeah, no changes there. Then again, Mars. We'll do them all, but obviously Mars, I'm assuming we're going to get the same story. So here we are, Mars. What we'll do as well is we will just get rid of that. Just have the galaxy disappeared. So there's Mars. So view from Mars of the sun. So where are we? So view, enhanced, realistic. Again, so still no changes there. But I think now we're going into the outer solar system. Starting with Jupiter over here. This is probably where we're going to start to see some changes. So we've got Jupiter. It's upside down for some reason. What's that all about? But yeah, Jupiter. So if we have a look around, it does look a little weird in the old menu at the moment. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe the bands have gone a little funny, but yeah, there it is. We can still see Venus. Venus is obviously very bright. So here we go. So this is probably where we'll start to see some changes. So enhanced, realistic. Oh, and straight away you can see realistic, enhanced. Look how much brighter it is with enhanced. That sun gets a lot dimmer. I mean, that's looking pretty dim. So if we go to, we'll just land somewhere near the red spot here. Why not? So, view from the red spot area. looking up at the sun. There it is. You can still see Venus, how bright Venus is with its reflective clouds. So realistic, enhanced. So there's a comparison. So obviously a lot dimmer from there. Okay, so moving on to the Saturn system. Where's Saturn? It's over here, Saturn. Okay. Right, so if we have a little look around. So where is the sun? There it is. You can see some of the other planets as well, which is cool. So enhanced, realistic. Oh my god, oh Saturn, oh my god, look how much dimmer it is at Saturn. Wow. So let's land at the top here. I do quite like this, I have to say. So there it is. So there's the sun. Oh my, look how dim it is from Saturn. Well, not even Uranus or Neptune, the really far away objects yet. So sun, enhanced, realistic. It just looks like any other star in the night sky from Saturn's distance now. That's insane. Right. Okay, so zooming out. Also, one thing they said about the Hattel discs looking slightly different visually wise. So that's what the Hattel zones look like now. I mean, I think they look fairly similar, but yeah, there's the Hattel zones. So there you are. Okay, so Saturn, Uranus, next object out. So we're taking a big jump from Saturn all the way to Uranus here. Here we are. Okay. So where is the sun? Okay, so that's obviously before. So we're looking from Uranus over there. And now if we go to realistic. Oh man, you can't see it hardly. It's very, very barely visible. I mean, it's just like any other star in the night sky. I mean, I think by the time we get to Pluto or Planet 9 or something like Sedna, you're not even going to be able to spot it. I mean, I'm going to try and find it. Where is the sun? There? Is that it? Yep. So you can still it still sort of shines out a bit more than the other stars. Enhanced, still, I mean, even from enhanced, it is fairly dim now. But yeah, realistic. Oh, can't see it at all. So there you are. So now we're going to head to Neptune. So go back to enhanced. Neptune is there. Travel all the way to the other side of the solar system here where Neptune resides at the moment. So here it is. Looking with its lovely deep blue. So if we look around, there's the sun. So from Neptune's distance, realistic. So again, yeah, fairly simple. I mean, it's barely visible now. So there you are. So Neptune. Okay, so next up, Pluto. I mean, it's going to be fairly similar from Pluto as well. So let's see here. So we're already on realistic. I mean, look how dim it is here anyway. I mean, very, very dim. Sun. There it is. So again, yeah, it's barely noticeable. Okay. Right, so who we got next? So next up, I mean, I think we'll take a bit of a jump. We'll go to Eris. So that's a nice big jump from Pluto's distance there. The sun. Where is the sun? Yep, there it is. So you can still bear, but it's slightly larger than the other stars. Eris is complete darkness. Okay. Right, next up. I mean, there's not really much further. Eris, Sedna. I think Sedna will be the next jump out, obviously. Right. So you can still see the sun. Very, very barely, but it's there. If we go to enhanced, I mean, the sun, yep, still. It's just the glare of the sun that really is the main thing. So if you go to realistic, it's just the glare just disappears. So it's just completely gone. Also, Sedna, complete darkness. Not much going on over here at all. So there's Sedna. And I think lastly, obviously Planet 9, or the Goblin are the furthest objects out. I mean, the Goblin is actually the ultimate furthest object at the moment. We'll hop to Planet 9 first. So, so Planet 9, let's have a little peek. I mean, I think they're all going to be pretty much the same at this point. I mean, it's just completely invisible. And then lastly, we'll head to the Goblin. All over here. I don't know why its atmosphere's gone all funny. I think I need to remodify it. I mean, I need to rebuild the solar system because my custom one is a bit old now with this version of the game. What was that with the Goblin? That's not right. What's going on there? That should be more like that. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, there it is. So the sun. Where is the sun? Sun. That one? There it is. Okay, so I can still spot it, but I mean, if you look in the darkness of space, I mean, that's going to be quite hard to spot. But it is there. So there you are. So there's a brief overview, or a full overview I should say, of the completed solar system, viewing of the sun from all the different distances in the solar system. Obviously we've not done every single object, but I think once you got past Uranus, they all look the same really. I mean, it's just so dim. So what we'll do as well, so we'll just have a little comparison with other stars as well, just to see how they sort of change colour with the new option. So we'll just pause, we'll throw some different star colours in. So, what are we thinking? Do the stars? What am I doing? Okay, so here we are. So, we'll go with the sun, obviously, as comparison. Then we'll go Proxima, which is obviously red dwarf. So yeah, we'll place a few red dwarfs in. So there they go. There's some red dwarfs. Then we'll place some larger stars at Alpha A, Altar. Then we'll obviously go to Arcturus as well, something larger, Rigel. And then just obviously the ultra blue, the ultra blue stars are on 36A1. Throw that in there as well. That's the very, very blue. And then lastly, we'll throw something big like Canis Majoris in. Okay, so let's see how these sort of all change. So onto the smaller stars first. So colour-wise, how do red dwarfs change? So enhanced, realistic. So you can see with enhanced, they are more red. Realistic, they're slightly more yellow. So you can see they're enhanced, realistic. A little change, but it is there. And also onto the Sun, Alpha Centauri A and Altar. So some of the largest stars are realistic, enhanced. So enhanced, you just get more colour. Realistic, they're brighter. Is the way they are doing it here. Okay, and then onto the large stars, Arcturus and Rigel. I mean, Rigel definitely looks way, way, way more blue or white than it used to. I mean, Rigel used to look very, very blue, like it did here, but now it's looking a lot. I mean, I quite like that. So let's have a little look. So before and after. So this is realistic, enhanced. So look at the blue stars. The blue stars get a major change. Look at the major overhaul with the blue stars. Look at that. So you can see R136A1 as well. I quite like that. I think that looks really cool. Then obviously lastly with Canis Majoris, realistic, enhanced. So Canis Majoris obviously very bright, but as you zoom out, they fade out a lot better. But I gotta say, I really, really like that. I think that's really, really cool. So then yeah, one more thing we'll do as well is we'll go random gas giant, random rocky. No, random rocky planet, yeah. So we're just going to place a few different star colours here and just see how the light on the planets looks. So obviously blue star makes the planets glow a little more blue. But now if we change the setting over, how do blue stars project onto planets? Okay, so they're completely the same. Okay, no changes there. But also if we look back at the star, enhanced, realistic. I think that's a really, really cool change. I really, really like that. So Arcturus. I mean, lastly we can do a red dwarf star as well. Place that in. Get rid of that one. So any changes here? Obviously they look way more red now. View, enhanced. No, okay, so the visibility on the planets doesn't change. It's just the way the stars project. So if you look enhanced, realistic. But I mean, red dwarfs, you can't really tell the difference. But obviously, if you get really close to the star, then you will see the changes. So enhanced, realistic. So it makes it look way more yellow actually, which is pretty cool for the red dwarfs. But also, look, if you get close, very, very bright. But as you zoom out, look how it changes and gets dimmer and more red. Yellow, red. That's really, I do like that. I think that's really, really cool. So the closer you get to the star, very, very crazy stuff. And let's actually try that with the blue stars as well. So we'll place R136A1 in, which was a really, really blue one. So place that there. So obviously at a far distance it's very, very white, but if we get closer, no, you don't really get as much with the blue stars. But yeah, there you are. Okay. And then what we'll do as well, we'll go for a full-on sort of view of them. So if we just lower the temperature down, okay. I mean, I did want to sort of change the temperature, but I guess not. I didn't like that. Can I just lock these? Yeah, maybe that'll help. So if we just okay, here you are. Okay, so now we can just increase, just see how the star color changes. So this is obviously at close range, and we are on the new setting right now. So we're on realistic. Yes, we're on the new setting. So this is how stars look at close range. So as you increase, so as soon as they go blue, they just get really, really bright. But they stay white most of the time. But if you zoom out, so that's a fair distance, I'd say there. And then if we just lower it again, close that. So that's some distance. So from distance, they're fairly similar to the way they used to be. When you get close, that's where you really notice that the new visuals come into play. So there you are. Pretty cool indeed. I've got to say, I really like that. I think that's a nice little addition. Yeah, big thumbs up for me. I like that. That's really, really cool. So yeah, there we are, guys. That's a brief sort of overview of the latest update. So yeah, update 28.1 now. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Any thoughts and opinions, let me know down below in the comments section. Yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this update. I've got to say, yeah, thumbs up. I do like that option. I think that is a nice, or really, really cool sort of visual upgrade on what we had. I think that is a really, really cool, because obviously the further you get away from the sun, it gets very, very dim, very, very fast. Yeah, I really like that. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And yeah, if that all said and done, make sure you leave a like. Let's see if we can go for 50 likes on today's video, guys. Subscribe for more. Help us on the journey to 23,000 subscribers. And yeah, if that all said and done, guys, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next next video, I should say, not next update. Goodbye.